Family, welcome back to my channel. As a child, I would go with my family to the beach. We have an area near the downtown area in New Providence where we can actually see when the cruise ships come to the Bahamas, you know, and watching them turn, seeing the majestic vessel as it crests across the waters, turning into our harbor. It looks very regal. It looks, very sophisticated, you know. And as they make the turn, I remember quite vividly that an atrocious odor begins to permeate the air. You know, this horrible stench when you're sitting on the beach. I mean, this is like in the early morning hours. So you're on the beach chilling out, and then this stench just begins to waft over the air, over the beach. It's really terrible. And so at that point, this was like many years ago, um, by my count, but it was always strange to see that, nobody actually said anything about it in the press. Most recently, it was revealed that these cruise ships had been dumping their waste in our waters. They had been dumping their waste quite close to the harbor and right near the beach called Long Wharf. These cruise ships dump all of the urine and feces into the waters of the Bahamas, right? And the thing is, I believe we are a people who respect ourselves more than that. I believe we are people who care about the babies more than we care about the cruise ship dollars, all right? As a self respecting nation, this should not take place, all right? They are poisoning our people, all right? They are actually contributing to the decay of our ecosystems every time they dump their concentrated waste into our waters. Okay? And this is like a spur of the moment video, but I really want to impress on our leaders that we have the right to dictate how these people will behave when they come to the Bahamas. All right? These cruise ships are not the end all be all for the Bahamian tourist economy. All right? And at the same time, we need to have increased cooperation, but I think we need to also temper this relationship so that they can understand that we are not a people to be disrespected in this way. As you can all remember, in my previous video, I mentioned a few months ago that Britain had actually dumped vials or canisters of nerve toxin in the Bahamian waters at the close of World War II. Okay, so at this point, they had never actually retrieved them. They never actually removed them from our waters. All right, but third world developing states have always been the dumping ground for the first world. This needs to stop. Okay, we need to be like Duterte from the Philippines. Duterte actually ordered that all the trash that was sent from, um, I believe it was Canada, I'm not sure, but there was a barge of trash that was sent to the Philippines. They had it returned to that country. All right, so we need to actually respect ourselves enough to mitigate these type of situations. And also, I remember in Jamaica, they had they had determined that a cruise ship was populated by people who had a stomach flu. Would you believe Jamaica did not allow those people to even enter Jamaica? All right, that is true leadership. All right, we don't need your money so badly that we will let you come and sicken our people. And I can't count the amount of times I go downtown and I see groups of tourists coughing and sneezing and spitting around the town. And I'm saying to myself, why can't we do what Jamaica did? We need to have people who inspect these vessels and the people in some way that is not gonna prolong their stay, in some way that is feasible. We need to have our, um, at least have our healthcare professionals be made aware of what the status of the crew is and what the status of the passengers are, before they enter the Bahamas. Okay, they don't necessarily have to have an on-the-spot checkup, but we need to at least, um, ensure that these people give us the stats on how many people on the cruise ships actually are sick before they come to the Bahamas or come to our destinations in the Caribbean. All of our destinations need to have this in mind because I think in some ways we are allowing tourism to make us the dumping ground for all of the filth that comes from other nations. People, let me know your thoughts in the comments below about all these dynamics. One love.